Hi guys, Andrew Davidson here, and welcome to an introduction video. In this video, you're going to be hearing from myself, Shannon, and Kevin, which make up the major contributors for everything As Per My Ability related. As Per My Ability is a .com, it is a blog, it is a podcast, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channel, everything As Per My Ability. And so you're going to be hearing from us, and this is going to be an introduction so we can kind of introduce ourselves to everybody else out there. So my name is Andrew Davidson. I am the founder of As Per My Ability. You've probably seen me in all the YouTube videos that I make for As Per My Ability. And I run some of the technical aspects on the website as well. I currently work in social work, actually in North Dakota where I live. I'm a social worker, and that is my day job, I guess, that I do 40 hours a week, every week, day in and day out. Games that I like are games that are narrative driven, which I try to focus a lot on our channel with games that have stories. Some standout games that I've been playing lately is Comanauts, which is a game by Jerry Hawthorne that's got a cool story to it. I also really enjoy Arkham Horror, the card game, as well. That's also got a really interesting story to it, and it's a cooperative card game. That's another one that I really like. So those are the types of games that I like. What got me into gaming was in the year 2009. I was dating a gal who, for lack of better terms, had a lot of pain issues. She had fibromyalgia. Her mobility was not the greatest. She'd have some good days, some bad days. And when we started dating, we were looking for things that we could do together around the house, because we couldn't go out to the clubs or go out to the bars or go out to other types of places where there would be a lot of people and a lot of loud noises. We couldn't go together because a lot of the times she would just need to be on medication and be at home. And so what we looked into is stuff that we could do together as a couple at home. Well, movies kind of ran out, rent a movie every single night, every time you want to hang out. That ran out pretty quickly. However, I came across, and I to this day cannot tell this story because I don't know how. I came across a YouTube video of a guy. It looks like he filmed in a hotel room. He had Arkham Horror, the board game, the second edition of the board game, set up in what looked like a hotel room, and he did a huge video on going through all the steps on how to play Arkham Horror. And I showed it to my partner at the time and was like, yes, let's do this. And so I ordered it. It took me forever to learn. And on New Year's Eve 2009, my partner and I sat and we played all through the night. In fact, we went to a New Year's Eve celebration for about 30 minutes just to watch the clock strike midnight. And then we came back home and we continued to play all throughout the night till 5, 6 in the morning. And we just left our game set up. We played on the floor. Back then, we played on the floor where we would just sit and play Arkham Horror over and over and over again. And ever since then, the relationship did not last, but my obsession with board games has. And so since then, I've moved on to learn more about different types of competitive games. I've studied some game theory. I've studied different ideas in games and how they work and how strategies can be formed and things like that. Things that I talk about on the As Per My Ability YouTube channel. And so I've been playing games for the past 10 years now, where I've been buying games, I've been teaching games, I've been playing games, I've been making videos about games. I really enjoy the teaching aspect to games, and I do run my own weekly game night, I guess, in the community where I live, where we have some regulars that come, and I do enjoy bringing some of my new games to say, we're going to play a new game and I'm going to teach it to you. So I do teach games a lot, and I do play games a lot. And so that's going to end up my section. Let's get on to the others.
Hi guys, I'm Shannon Bartoli, and as part of As Per My Ability, I am the public relations coordinator and the social media manager. I became part of this company because Andrew Davidson and I are friends, and he started up this wonderful brand and asked me to be part of it, and of course I agreed because I love games now. I've been in the gaming community for about 4 years. I started in 2017 when coincidentally Andrew showed me a game called Splendor, which I fell in love with. It is a super cool game, and I love the fact that you could like collect gems, but you can only have so many, and then you could buy cards that had gems on them, and then those gems you were trying to work for to get to the nobles, and it was cool to see something aside from like family games. We played Farkle all the time, we rolled dice, and every now and then we'd bring out the cards and play. Well, they would play Pinochle, I didn't know how to play Pinochle, so, but I would throw a lot of dice, and every now and then we would do a game night and do like categories and claymation, but I didn't realize that the community was so large and that there's so many different games, roll and rights and legacy games and area control games and, you know, just drafting games and tile laying games. There's so many different games, and I was hooked. I wanted more, and then he showed me Dominion, and that was the nail in the coffin, so to speak. That was it for me. I wanted to know more. I wanted to play more. I can't get enough of games. I love them so much. I want to play them all the time. In fact, I want to play them so much that I'm now playing them solo because I didn't realize it. You can have fun playing games solo. Even though I love the interaction of being with someone or being with a group of people, if you need to feel that, hey, I want to play a game, but everybody's busy moment, pull a game out that has a solo play on it, a solo mode on it, or an autumn variation. It will fill up your time, it's fun, and you know, you get to play a game. And sometimes there's ways that some games have an automa where you're playing a non-controlled player, you know? So those are interesting too, because they kind of throw in wrenches into your game, like the solo play of Cartographers, which is something I'm going to record and we'll be putting on the channel soon. The solo mode, as well as regular mode, but the solo mode kind of throws in a little wrench into the game. It's very fun. I'll record it to be able to watch it. If you haven't purchased it, you might want to get it because it's a super great game. I enjoy it a lot. I've played it about half a dozen times, and I'm probably going to play it about 27,000 more. Anywho, back to what I was here to talk about. So that's pretty much my gaming history, so to speak. I'm still learning because there's so many games out there, but I have found out that my love grows and grows, and now I'm learning how to teach games, which isn't a task itself. You know, sometimes it's difficult to teach a game, but I'm learning a good way to kind of systematically teach a game, so you're not rambling about like, oh hey, you should be doing this, oh wait, but let me tell you how to play the game and what you can do on your turn first, because this card doesn't mean anything unless you know how to take your actions. So I'm learning that. I stumble through it, but thanks to everyone that lets me stumble through it so I can practice. So that being said, go to our social medias. Our Instagram is slowly gaining followers. I believe we're at 100. I am so excited because I just started the Instagram account and we're at 100 already. That's awesome to me. And our Twitter account as well, I'm also in charge of that. They're both at As Per My Ability, as well as our Facebook, and the YouTube channel is at As Per My Ability as well. And our .com, same name, As Per My Ability. So with APMA, it's all together, just APMA, which is awesome. Well, as per my ability. Don't type APMA. Just APMA for short. Anyway, go check out our social medias. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. See what we're going to do next. Follow us on Instagram and see the cool, fun pictures, little videos possibly that I take of us playing games. See what we come up, see what we're playing, and if it intrigues you, check it out and play it too.
Hey everyone, my name is Kevin Meany, and I am a frequent contributor to As Per My Ability. You might be seeing me in the future to come on some of the videos that we've done together, and hopefully, once things get back to normal, you're going to hear my voice coming into your ear holes As Per My Ability launches their podcast. Wanted to record a video today to just introduce myself, tell you a little bit about me, how I got into gaming, and what kind of games I am excited about. I am a program director in North Dakota at a camp and retreat center. I have been playing games and designer board games for probably about 10 years now. And I now have about 100 games in my collection. My favorite game of all time is a game called 5 Tribes. 5 Tribes is where you have a grid of tiles, each with a different ability, and you have 5 different colored meeples or pieces that you pick up and you move around Mancala style. And each of those 5 colors has a different special ability of their own. So it's really fun. It changes the board every single turn, so it makes it hard to plan ahead, and that is my favorite game of all time. My favorite game right now is a game called Pandemic Legacy, Season 1. My wife and I have started playing through, and we just finished August, so you play through an entire year, 12 months, and you either play the month once or twice, and so we've just finished that. We played about 15-16 games, and we are having a blast with that. In Pandemic Legacy, every time you play, something changes. Could be new pieces that come out, could be a section of the board is blocked off, and things changes. You could be putting stickers on the board or in the rulebook to change things up. And we love it. We love the tenses. We love the reveal of it. Those are my favorite games. The game I'm most looking forward to right now is a game I just got as a wedding gift from one of my good friends in the Twin Cities, and that is Marvel Champions, the card game. So I hope to dig into that one very soon. How I got started in gaming was in the summer of 2008 was my first summer working at summer camp. And during that time, on one of the weekends when we had some time off, one of the staff members pulled out a copy of Settlers of Catan. And instantly my eyes kind of went, what is this? This is a game I've never seen before. And throughout that summer, hardly a weekend went by without a game of Settlers of Catan. Further on, in the fall of 2009, I started a year-long voluntary year where we would travel around as part of a music team, music and ministry team. We would travel around playing music, doing puppet shows, doing skits and dramas, all throughout the country, in nursing homes, elementary schools, churches, doing music for all kinds of people. And throughout that year, there was a guy on staff who was one of our trainers who introduced me to more designer board games. At one point during the year, we were doing some training, so we were at a camp for a week together, and he started pulling out a copy of The Resistance. And we would play that almost every single night. We had some free time, and we just got a group together that loved it. We played it so much, eventually they asked us to move to a different building so we don't disturb other people there. So we ended up going to this shop at this camp, this workshop, this maintenance shed, whatever you want to call it. And we had a makeshift table down, and we found whatever we could to sit on, playing in this kind of dimly lit garage barn type of thing. was a really amazing gaming experience. Throughout that year, me and my team, as we were traveling around, we also bought a copy of Settlers of Catan, and we play it whenever we had some free time. During that year, I must have played 20 to 30 games of Settlers of Catan. And so since that moment, I have hardly looked back. Now I play games, I review games, and I have about 100 games in my collection. So thanks for tuning in to see this interview. Hope you guys will stick around, like it, share, comment, and subscribe on all of As Per My Abilities videos. Make sure you keep an eye out for our podcast soon to come. Thanks. See you later.